Hi everybody, welcome to this Wall Street News. The Dutch tech giant ASML announced its 2025 second quarter financial results on Wednesday, and it expects its Q3 revenue to be flat sequentially. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reported Wednesday that the Producer Price Index for final demand was unchanged in June from the previous month, below expectations. According to the Federal Reserve, industrial production increased 0.3% in June, month over month. 10-year Treasury yield is hovering around 4.48%. For the US stocks, S&P 500 rose 0.32% and the Nasdaq Composite added 0.25% Wednesday. The Dutch tech giant ASML announced its 2025 second quarter financial results on Wednesday. The company reported second quarter revenue of 7.7 billion euros, slightly decreased from the previous quarter, above the previously estimated revenue of 7.5 billion euros. Net income decreased 3% from 2.4 billion euros in Q1 to 2.3 billion euros in Q2. When it comes to the guidance, the company expects current quarter's revenue to be between 7.4 billion euros and 7.9 billion euros, the midpoint of 7.7 billion euros, flat quarter over quarter. So shares of ASML tumbled about 11% Wednesday. ASML CEO Christopher said during the conference call, quote, "We now guide the full 2025 revenue to increase by around 15% with gross margin of around 52%. We expect demand to be more skewed towards the second half of the year. As we look ahead to 2026, we continue to see a strong demand related to AI for both logic and memory, and we see the positive impact of a growing number of EUV layers. On the other hand, customers are facing increasing uncertainties based on macroeconomic and geopolitical developments. Further, some customers are navigating specific challenges that might affect the timing of their capital expenditure. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reported Wednesday that the Producer Price Index for final demand remained unchanged in June from the previous month, below expectations of a 0.2% gain, up 2.3% year-over-year. Prices for final demand goods increased 0.3%, while prices for final demand services fell 0.1% in June. The BLS said, quote, "Over the half of the June decline in the index for final demand services can be attributed to prices for travel accommodation services, which fell 4.1%. According to the Federal Reserve, industrial production increased 0.3% from 103.7 in May to 104 in June, up 0.7% from 103.3 in June last year. Federal Reserve said, quote, "Manufacturing output ticked up 0.1%. And the index for mining decreased 0.3%. The index for utilities rose 2.8%. 10-year Treasury yield fell right after the PPI data were released at 8:30 a.m., but it jumped after the fake news about the Federal Reserve chairman. Then it moved down after the president denied the fake news. The US dollar index tumbled due to the fake news, but it goes up after the president denial. S&P 500 had decreased after the fake news, but it rebounded after the president denial. S&P 500 rose 0.32% and the Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 0.53%. The tech-heavy Nasdaq added 0.25% Wednesday. Okay, this is the end of today's news. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.